Alright, here's another game. Another game, another YouTube video. 1v1 custom match. No, this is a quick match. Okay, we are playing against MTG Lord Tom 24, who is playing as the Mongols. Let's open up the map and see everything. I just finished this game. And we are playing on Mongolian Heights. So our Mongol player has the home turf advantage. Now what's the game plan? The game plan against the Mongols? Well, there's a couple things that can happen. The Mongols can come and rush your base in Age 1. We've seen a lot of pro games in which that happens. Yeah. But this is a matchup between the English and the Mongols, which are the two most aggressive civilizations in the early game, as far as I'm concerned. Look at all the sheep here. This Khan is on its way to go and gobble up all of these sheep. Very nice. Wow, that's a ton of sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just there in that little corner. Alright. The idea for me at all times against any civilization is just to be very aggressive. Be aggressive and get up H2. And we see that he's putting up a dock. That's going to delay his age up at least a little bit, so that's why I want to finish off this game. Do I even scout out this dock? When do I scout out this dock? I haven't scouted it out yet. But we sort of want to punish that. I feel like it's the right move to make when playing Mongolian Heights, is to establish dominance over the river. But I'm not used to doing that, and I deliberately don't even go for it. I just want to have a presence, a military presence. I want to put longbowmen on his side, tower up his side. That's what I'm trying to do. So I know that if a player is going to try to go for a dock boom, fishing boat boom in Age 1 and Age 2, that's going to slow you down militarily, and it's going to be tough if you're playing against the English. If you're playing against an Age 2 rusher like I am, like me. Okay, wow, look at all the sheep that he's bringing in over here. A few idols. And these idols are waiting for the sheep to come in, I'm sure. We have 14 villagers compared to 14. It's 14 versus 14, and here I am trying to find sheep that he cleared out. Now, before recording this game, I checked the stats, and at this time, I have an ELO rating of 1043, and my opponent has an ELO rating of 1035. So very, very, very close in terms of ELO rating. Wow. He is really, really capturing the bulk of the sheep. I think he might have even stole a couple sheep from my end over here. But as the English, we've got access to farms, which is great. We can transition into farms as soon as we need to. Just waiting for things to develop here, get up to the next age. Here we are, getting up to the next age. What about MTG Lord? Where is he at? Is he close to aging up? I don't think no, he hasn't dropped it yet.
Found us!
No, he's still working on his food. He hasn't yet gotten any gold. I do scout out his gold up here. His gold is relatively safe up to the north. Otherwise, I would have wanted to attack it with perhaps a tower rush or something like that. Now, he does scout me out. He does scout out these villagers. I do like to bring my forward villagers in the Dark Age. As I'm rushing, as I'm aging up. You know, I'm placing this forward outpost over here. And here's the Khan, after depositing his sheep, comes to try to deny this outpost from getting up. And he'll be... that's really annoying. But I think, yeah, this was really good that I brought 2 villagers out here. Yeah, and if you're trying to tower rush against the Mongols, you kind of have to do this. that's kind of really necessary. Because this pawn could just take out one of your... It would have taken out one of my villagers before this tower went up. Okay, so now I've aged up. Now I've aged up, and I'm queuing in 3 longbows to get right to the middle. Oh! MTG Lord can also age up. Now let's have a look and see what we see from our vantage point. Just trying to take map control, trying to take position in the middle. Prepare for a fight on his side. I'd like to prevent any kind of play happening on my end over here. And look at these 3 villagers. I was wondering what they were doing. During the game, I was wondering where these 3 villagers were coming from. Izubu. So here we are trying to shut down. Does this have arrow slits? Yes, arrow slits is coming through right now. We have 2 villagers that are garrisoned in here. We're currently housed. Let's get a house up. There's a house. I could have done better with the housing there. Okay. We have several boats. Several shipping boats. 6, which is down to villager now. Trying to deny all of this fishing, trying to have these fishing boats go to waste for our opponent. That's a lot of wood collected in order to build these things. Okay, now we're putting up stone walls, trying to deny map control over our opponent. And now our opponent has reached the very next stage, second stage. What's going on? Okay. Since this is his perspective, everything is going off like he's getting attacked. Okay, we've killed more boats. We've killed more boats. What's happening? Do we have any military coming out? So 32 villagers, no military, compared to 27 villagers and 9 military. So he's doing a better job of making sure that villager production stays up there. But that's probably because of the boats. You know what? The difference is the boats. The difference is that he's got, what, 7 boats? Yeah, so if you subtract those boats, I think we have an even villager count, or perhaps I might actually be in a small lead. Housed again. How do you like that? There's a house right here. At least we sense that. At least we're sensitive to that sound that says that we're housed. Alright, we have a little bit of a longbow mass happening over here. But we know that we're up against... We are up against the Mongols, and look at this. The Mongols are coming out with a double stable next to the Uvu. And how much stone has he collected from this so far? Not much. Not much yet. Steadily working on the fishing economy of our opponent. Yeah, but we're gonna get some double production out of Lord Tom over here. And I'm bringing to the front at least 1 barracks. Can he see that? I don't think he can see that from that far. No, he doesn't spot out the barracks. So that's good. I want my mass. I want my military. Uh-oh, we do see him coming. We do see him coming. Let's get these villagers just opened up the gate. And we hide our longbows behind the wall. Very important. Outpost going down here. Just to solidify our claim to the center. Oh, and we have a scout that's just hanging out in the corner. And what's going on with the resource count? Yeah. Lord Tom has got a lot of resources banked. Throughout this whole game, I was wondering if he was going to go for a fast castle, like a Castle Age push. But seeing his military build-up told me that he is probably going to be investing in a little bit of H2 counterplay. Try to get back some control. Oh, and we have a push here. Look at this. I think he's trying to rush me. Is that the case? Or maybe he's just looking to see what's happening. I don't think he's tested this yet. Not sure. Yeah, now he sees it. Now he definitely does see this wall. Good. Okay. He does see my spears. He does see my spears, and these 4 longbows, they need to focus down on these. Oh, here we go. We have our first little fight. We have our first little fight. We have all these longbows against these ton of horsemen. Yeah, he must be doing that double production thing. That's a lot of horses. Alright, so let's take a count. Let's take a count so far. Lord Tom is at 3816, 3817 I saw. And we're at 3719. So pretty close. Pretty darn close. I am working on his fishing boats. He keeps producing them. And I keep shooting them down, which is good for me. It's a waste of resources. That is a waste of resources. It means that the resources that he put into the boats are lost, and the resources that he put into the docks are lost as well. 2 docks, even. Alright, now let's open up the whole map and see what's going on. So we can see that this forward UFO here, it is... He wants to use it to help out the production. Oh, and we have our archers microwaving to try to prevent some of this, and try to take out a villager. Every little bit counts. This is a penny pinching game. We've controlled the center passes with stone walls. That's huge in Age 2. Now, what are we up to over here? I think our macro is a little bit in a mess. We have a ton of just a big surplus of wood. We don't need that much wood. What we need is food. Definitely need food. We're dropping down that blacksmith, trying to get our upgrades, and so is he. He's getting his upgrades up too. All this time I'm thinking, is my opponent going for that fast cast? Is it going up to the castle wave? We can see that he's got just a huge surplus of gold over here. I mean, what do you use that gold for if not to age up? He does not have very much food in the bank right now. Even though he does have 10 villagers on food, he doesn't have any more fishing boats, so we denied him our fishing boats. These guys are just hanging out in order to knock off any fishing boats that may spawn out of there. Alright, let's take a look at the military numbers. Military numbers, 27 military versus 27 military. 42 villagers versus 39 villagers. So I've taken the lead. I've taken a lead in terms of numbers. But he does have... Oh, here we go. We saw this coming up, and we deny it. We try to deny this ram. These guys are not paying attention. We're killing some of his units. Uh-oh. And now, this is why this stone wall is so important. I can hide my archers behind this wall, and guess what? When you put your archers on the wall, they gain +2 range from being on that wall. Let's have a look here. +2 range, so 7 tiles range. And +6 versus light melee infantry. Now, compare and contrast that to this guy who's up here. 9 tile range. He's at 9 tile range, so he's got more range from up there. Fantastic. I don't think the damage actually changes, but this is a big fight. This is a decisive fight. 21 units, 21 military units, 19 versus, where are we at here? 27. He's just losing all his military units. They're all gone. I'm at 29 military units. Oh, and he taps out, he's got nothing. There is no more military on his part. That was a very, very favorable fight for us. These stone walls just came in, they were so useful they couldn't touch my longbowmen up here, and my longbowmen were just firing against his archers, and there's no way you can beat the English longbowmen when they're standing on top of stone walls firing down at you. Absolutely not. So that was a difference maker there, and that's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed.